Hi friends, today we're gonna be learning about the reaching the age of adolescence, and this is just going to be the summary. I'm going to give you a quick tip. So after watching this video, go make sure you go through your textbook first. I mean just read everything, and then just in case if you have any doubt you can write on your own, and then the class notes or the classwork you would have written, and just go through them and then learn a few of them and practice few diagrams so that you'll get thorough and master this topic. Make sure like, share and subscribe for more. So now let's get started. So first of all, what is adolescence? Adolescence is the period of life when body undergoes changes leading to reproductive maturity. I mean the maturity part is called as adolescence. But what is puberty? Reaching the age, it's just you growing up to the next level, the middle age or the teenager, we can say. Human body undergoes, I'm saying about puberty, a human body undergoes several changes due to adolescence, and these changes mark the onset of puberty. One of the most important changes which marks puberty is that boys and girls become capable of reproduction. That's like the main thing. So adolescence is a part of puberty. So when the reproductive maturity is coming and the puberty will start, they get difference in their body structures, and then they will be capable of reproduction, which we'll learn further. Now let's see what are hormones. Hormones are chemical substances, and these are the secretions from the endocrine glands or the endocrine systems from the pituitary gland in our brain. Okay, have you all heard about like the Adam's apple, like right through your throat? You'll have something like a protruding part if you have seen in boys who are older than you or maybe the same age. And during puberty, the growth of the voice box in boys can be seen as a protruding part of the throat, which is called as the Adam's apple. You can say this as the voice box or the larynx. Okay. Now let's see the secondary sexual characters. So what happens is at puberty, features help to distinguish the male from the female. They are called as secondary sexual characters. For example, in boys develop hair on their chest. In both boys and girls, hair grows under the areas of arms and regions above the thighs or the pubic region. Breasts begin to develop in girls. Now let's come to the part which is menstruation. What is menstruation? When if fertilization does not occur or if it does not take place, the fertilization is nothing but the released egg from the thick lining of your uterus along with its blood vessels are shed off. If the fertilizations happen, that person is pregnant. If it does not happen, the blood will just shed off. This causes a bleeding in women, which is called as menstruation, and menstruation occurs once in about 28 to 30 days for a time span of 5 days every month. So is there a start or a stop for the menstruation cycle? Is there when does it ever stop? Yes, it does. Now, first, when it starts, the first menstruation that you get is called as the menstrual flow. It begins at the puberty, and this is termed as menarche. What is the first time when you get the menstrual flow? It begins at the puberty, and it is termed as menarche. What is it called as? Menarche. Yes. Okay, you have said about the start. Does it ever end? That's the question, right? So, menopause, there is something called as menopause. So, at the age of 45 or to 50 years of age, the menstrual cycle stops, and the stoppage of the menstrual cycle is called as or termed as menopause. And that person where the menstrual cycle stops at the age of 45 to 50 years, they can't be pregnant afterwards. Okay, that's a lot of information. Now let's see what are chromosomes. They are like stretched thin thread like structures called as chromosomes. They are found in the nucleus of the cell. The chromosomes carry information from the parents to other offsprings. We can even say that it's just a DNA molecule of that which consists of all of the genetic material of an organism. Which means, what does genetic means? Like they say, right, when you go to some relatives place or when they come to your house, they'll say you just look like your mom or you just look like your dad. So that's what is called as chromosomes. Chromosomes is nothing but a DNA molecule. It's like, how is it? It's thin thread like structures called as chromosomes, and it's found in the nucleus of the cell. Okay, now what is reproductive health? Of the physical social and mental health of a well-being is regarded as the individual's health. To keep the body healthy, every human being at any age needs to have balanced diet, and the person must also observe personal hygiene and undertake adequate amount of exercise. During adolescence, however, these become even more essential as the body is growing and it needs essential and it is very essential for the reproduction of health. Getting a little into detail. So, explain the changes that take place during puberty for boys and girls. So, a increase in height. Most conspicuous change which is visible during the puberty is the sudden increase in height. Sometimes the hands and keep going and feet of the adolescent look so oversized and out of proportion with the body, but soon the other parts will catch up and the result of proportional body. So the next change is the change in the body shape. The boys have very broader shoulders when they are in the period of adolescence. In the body, the muscles of the body grows more prominently than in girls. In girls, the region below the waist becomes wider. So the next change is the voice. At puberty, the voice box or the larynx begins to grow. Boys develop a larger voice box. The growing voice box, boys can be seen as a protruding part of the throat, which is called as the Adam's apple. In girls, the larynx is hardly visible from the outside because it's very small in size, and generally, girls have a high-pitched voice, whereas boys have deep voice. And in adolescence, boys sometimes the muscles of growing voice box go out of control and the voice becomes hoarse and like that, and this state may remain for a few days or weeks, after which the voice becomes normal and deep. And the increased activity of sweat and sebaceous glands during puberty is the secretion of sweat glands and sebaceous glands. It increases in many ways. Young people get acne and pimples on the face at this time because of the increased activity of the glands in your skin. Now we are learning about the development of the sex organs. At the onset of the puberty, male sex organs like testis and penis develop completely, and the testis also starts to produce sperms in girls. The ovaries enlarge and the eggs begin to mature, and ovaries start releasing mature eggs, which is necessary for the menstrual cycle. And if the menstrual cycle is not happening, they can be considered as pregnant. Reaching mental, intellectual, and emotional stability. Adolescence is also a period of changing a person's way of thinking, and they put on more time on thinking, and they're more independent than others, and they are also, and they'll become self-conscious and they'll like insecure of how they look, and they're just so intellectual development takes place, and the spend considerable time thinking. That is it often. It's one of the times where in one's life when the brain has the greatest time thinking, and it's the time when the brain has the greatest capacity for learning. Sometimes, however, the adolescent may feel insecure while trying to adjust to the changes in the body and mind. These changes are natural part of growing up. So there is nothing to feel insecure about. Everything is going to be alright. So that's it for today's video, you guys. I hope you guys understand what I was saying, and you guys go through the textbook once again and see your class notes so that you'll understand better and be a pro in this chapter so that you can nail your tests. And I wish all the best for you guys if your exams are nearing, or you know. I hope you had a good time, and if you guys want more videos like this, make sure like, share and subscribe, and comment on below what lesson you want the next. Bye.